Let me see if I can give you a little bit of a countdown. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. That was one of my grandmother's favorite songs. And I played that in my father's church. At 15, I was in charge of all the music. So what I did here, the way I grew up, this was my first love. And what I did here was good enough for Sunday morning, but not necessarily good enough for a paycheck. So by the time I went to college at Florida A&M University, I majored in biology because that was something that I thought could pay the bills. But biology didn't serve me. I got there on the highest of 7 hills and I got a big fat D in chemistry. And I took that D and I turned it into my destiny. I found what served me, and it was my first love, music. I changed my major to music education, and things just opened up for me. So while I was learning how to sing in Italian and French and German and Negro spirituals and learning how to play everything from Bach to Brahms, boogie woogie and the blues, I had found my muse yet again. She never left me. I graduated and I went on to teach elementary music for 14 years in the same school system that I had grown up in. So now I'm seeing children who look just like me. Their faces are my reflection. And it was a pleasure to be there and give them what they needed. They didn't always need exactly what was in the book. Sometimes we would have to give them what wasn't in the book. And oftentimes that led to me being sent to the principal's office as a teacher. Yes. I spent so much time in the principal's office that it got to be a bit weary for me. I remember one time my students had worked so hard on this talent show. They came up with their own choreography. They had these dances. They even made their own instruments. And our talent show was coming up. I get called to the principal's office one more time. And the principal said no to the talent show. It's the day before our talent show, and I had to tell these kids, no, we can't do the thing that you've been practicing and working on. That was my last time going to the principal's office. So at this point in my life, I'm a mom. I have the chance to do something I've never been able to do before, and that is to be a stay-at-home mom. I thought this is what I wanted, but I was missing my muse, my love that had always been there, the music. So I created what I crave. I created what I crave, and I started teaching music lessons in my basement. And that business has grown and grown and grown. My muse has never left me. My first love is still here. Have you ever had to go back to that first love of yours? Did you leave something behind that you know you need to pick back up again? Because I know that music has never left me. I may have dilly-dallied and tarried, but that music has always been there for me. So what's the thing that's always been there for you? Now I stand before you, an accomplished musician who has her muse, a mom who can pick and choose when she teaches, how she teaches. My life is by design because I created it that way. So I ask you, how do you get back to what you crave? How do you get back to your first love? Take it one step at a time, one beat at a time, one note at a time. Hey, I want to thank y'all for joining me. Let me just grab my handy dandy tool here. My name is Takenya Freeney, and I am a voice coach. It just happens to be my 46th birthday. It is June 4th, 2024, and I am 46 years old. And I thought I would celebrate with y'all today by sharing with you 46 ways to amplify, advocate, and affirm lessons from military, marriage, motherhood, and mentorship. Can you tell I like alliteration? I do. So as I celebrate my 46th birthday, I just want to share some valuable lessons that I've learned throughout my journey. This is my journey. From serving in the Army Reserves to navigating marriages, that one should have been plural, and motherhood, both to children who came through me and to children who came to me by way of marriage or by way of mentorship. These experiences have definitely shaped who I am today. And these lessons are anchored in the core pillars of my business, which are amplify your voice, advocate for your vision, and affirm your values. So let's talk about the first pillar in my business. So I want you guys to be able to amplify your voice with clarity, because when you do that, you can overcome the fear of speaking up and ensure that your message is heard and respected. Heard and respected. The video you just saw previously to me coming on here with you face to face, that's a still from, wait, where's my finger? It's like teaching online. That's a still from the speech that you just saw me deliver. And the main thing I want people to know is you have to not remain silent. You have the right to remain silent. Yeah, you do. But when you speak, you free yourself and you free others in the process. So we're going to talk about amplifying your voice and how you can overcome the fear of speaking up. When you speak up, those people who are protected by your silence they are exposed. Because in that silence, the only one who's protected is the one who is committing the offense, so to speak. Just want to make sure that your message is heard and respected. So you have to amplify your voice. Here are some ways I was able to do that in my journey. Number one, and again, what we're talking about here, let me grab my banner real fast. Bloop. We're talking about amplifying your voice with clarity. Here's some of the ways that I was able to do that on my journey. Number one, age is just a number. I want you to embrace challenges regardless of age, because if you look at my life as an example, again, this is my journey. If you look at my life as an example, I enlisted in the military when I was about 30, maybe 31, about 30, 31 years old, and nobody knew. Nobody knew how old I was at basic training until the day that we took the APFT. I know they take ACFT now, but not until the day that we took our physical training test for people who may not be aware of the jargon. So I'm filling out my PT scorecard, and you have to put your name, social security number, last four of your social, and you put your date of birth on there, because the way the PT test goes, certain ages have to do certain things within certain ranges. So you do the 2-mile run, you do push-ups for 2 minutes, you do sit-ups for 2 minutes. At least that's what the test was at the time when I was at Fort Jackson. And I gave my scorecard to the drill sergeant. And the drill sergeant looked at my scorecard, looked at me, looked at my scorecard, and looked at me in that way that only someone with a wide brim can do. And basically, I had been read without saying a word for being the age that I was in a sea of 17-year-olds and 18-year-olds and 19-year-olds. So enlisting in the military at 30, 31, going to basic training at around 30, 31 at Fort Jackson, those kids were calling me mom. They were calling me mom at basic training. So I want you to know that amplifying your voice means challenging societal norms. Here I am, 30, 31 years old, surrounded by a sea of 17, 18, 19-year-olds, and I'm smoking they behinds in the run. They're just like, I want to go home. I want to go to my mom. And I'm just like dusting them. I'm already somebody's mama at this point. I just want to get home to my kids. But I want you to know that your voice matters regardless of age. Number 2, adaptability. Adaptability is key. So transitioning from the military life to teaching, because I was an Army reservist. So, some people use the word weekend warrior. We're like just 1 weekend a month, 2 weeks out of the year. That's a lie. That's a lie. They tell you to get your butt in the seat. I mean, there's way more to it than that. Trust me. But adaptability is key. Being able to transition from military life to teaching required me to be flexible and to maintain an open mind. In context, what that means is I would be flexible like this. The last target that I zeroed my weapon with would also be in my timeout corner. Now, you can't do that today. I don't recommend it. The last target that I zeroed my weapon with in the military, I would take it to the classroom, put it up in the timeout corner, just remind my students, who their teacher is. I'm a whole person. Adaptability is key. So I have to be a soldier here, a teacher here, but there's some overlap. So being able to adapt enhances your ability to communicate and connect with diverse groups efficiently. Some of the things that I would say in the military, you can't necessarily say to a classroom of students. You have to adapt, adjust fire, and drive on. That's something that we say. Number 3, leadership through example. As a mom figure, because they were calling me mom in basic. Y'all, can we talk about that? They were calling me mom in basic training because I'm 30, 31 years old. And the only reason why they didn't call me grandma is because there was another lady there who was about 40 years old. So they called her grandma. They called me mom because I was 30, 31. And then, you had all the 17, 18, 19-year-olds there at the camp. So that put me in a position to lead through example. So as a mom figure, both literal and figuratively speaking, at basic training, I learned the power of showing them rather than telling them. Sometimes you don't need words, you just need action. So that allowed me to amplify my influence over others and actually amplified my voice without me really having to say anything. They felt the impact of my actions or inactions. Depends. Number 4, embrace diversity. Me being twice the age, pretty much, of my peers taught me to appreciate where they were coming from. It taught me to appreciate that there were generational differences, and that's okay. Because there was a time where I was 17 and away from home, and I wanted my mama too. I'm 46 and I still want my mama and daddy. That doesn't change, or that hasn't changed for me. But embracing diversity just enriches how we're able to communicate between different populations and groups of people. You have to be able to appeal to whomever your audience is. And if your audience is a bunch of 17, 18, and 19-year-old kids who are away from home for the first time, who are doing grueling physical activities that they will probably never do anywhere else on this planet, you have to learn to appreciate the differences. And did we get along all the time? Absolutely not. I'm going to take a little drink here and pull off camera. Ooh, that's spicy. Oh my gosh, it's got ghost pepper in it. But having those different age groups, I had to learn how to communicate in an effective manner so that they understood exactly what I would and wouldn't tolerate. Oh man. Number 5, lifelong learning. You have to continually seek opportunities for growth and education in all phases of life. So in context, what that meant for me was, here I am 31 in basic training. And I am presented with the opportunity, not obstacle. I'm presented with the opportunity to do things I've never done before in my life. I had never fired a weapon up until that point. I had never gone on these 5-mile, 12-mile, forever mile ruck marches before in my life. Hope to never ever do that one again. But it was a learning curve. So you had to learn how to prepare. You had to learn how to get your mind right. You had to learn how to facilitate your time. Another thing, number 6, resilience. This is talking about amplifying your voice with clarity, and specifically in reference to my time in the military. Overcoming the challenges of basic training, it definitely built my mental and physical resilience. Definitely did that. And that translates to other areas in life, because if I know that I completed a 12-mile ruck march, and it was not easy. So I've learned that I can do hard things. I can make it to the finish line, even if I can only take one step at a time. I can pause and then pick up and persevere. Because those ruck marches were tough. Woo, Lord, I'm glad I don't have to do that again. Number 7, communication skills. Effective communication is crucial, period. Whether you're in the military, whether I'm teaching, or whether you're in a public speaking setting, these are all avenues and platforms that I've held or continue to hold. Effective communication must happen. You have to master these communication skills because it's essential to amplifying your voice in any setting. If I'm in the military and we're not downrange, because some people understand what I mean here. I never had to go downrange. Now, on the range, when you go downrange, on the range, something different. You definitely have to be an effective communicator. That's a safety thing. As an educator, I have to be an effective communicator because I want to make sure my students are learning and gaining and growing. And when I'm on a public speaking space, I want to make sure my point is made, felt, and understood. So communication skills, you have to keep sharpening that tool. Number 8, time management. Balancing my military duties with mama duties, with house duties. Woo! 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 Okay? I was a single mom at the time when I enlisted. And being able to balance being me, being somebody's mama, and running a household, you definitely have to be on top of your time management. Effective time management allowed me to prioritize how I would use my voice without being overwhelmed. Because you're going to get tired. You're going to be tired. You're human and you need to take rest. You need to be able to use your voice in ways that protects you. Number 9, empowering others. Helping my clients, and now I'm referencing my public speaking clients, helping my public speaking clients become more visible and focused speakers is a testament to the way I empower others. As an example, one of my recent public speaking clients delivered a speech at an NAACP event. The local newspaper picked up that event, and now the local TV station picked up on her new promotion to president of a hospital in Central Texas. She's the first Black woman to ever do it, as far as I know. But the prep that she and I did before she delivered that speech allowed her to elevate and amplify her voice and spread her message even further than it would have gone. So now she's going from delivering her speech at the NAACP event to now being in the local newspaper, and her message is spreading. And now being on the local news station and able to, again, amplify her voice because she and I worked together to help her be clear in the point that she was making. Now, along the way, we're at number 10 now. Along the way, you have to find joy in the small wins. You got to be able to celebrate those small victories. And for me, sometimes that would look like, when I was at basic training, what it would look like was receiving a letter from my kids. And when I tell you they were little, like they were barely at the point where they could draw pictures and maybe write a few sentences. My kids were little when I went into the military. Single mom going into the military to make better choices, to have more opportunities for her kids. So when you recognize and celebrate those small wins, you can boost your confidence as you amplify your voice. That would give me the strength to keep going. The strength to keep going. Just a little letter with some wax crayon and some little 8.5 by 11 notebook paper. Who knows what gibberish was written down on that letter? Again, they were little kids, but just receiving that was enough to make me keep going. I had 2 reasons to keep going, at least 2 reasons to keep going. Number 11, there's purpose and mission here. When you stay mission focused, whether you're serving in the military or teaching in a classroom or in front of the board members or in front of your teammates in a corporate setting, when you're serving in your purpose and mission are doing that thing, having a clear purpose and mission amplifies the clarity and definition of your voice. Like I started this thing off with the 3 pillars of my business. I'm here to help you amplify your voice with clarity. I'm here to help you advocate for your vision with confidence. And I'm here to help you affirm your values with conviction. I can go back and fix that one up. But that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. Number 12, community support. The military community support system is invaluable. There are people that I've met 10 plus years ago who are still in my life. That community is that deep. You gotta find your network of people. So community support amplifies your voice by providing you a strong network of encouragement and feedback. When I was messing up, they would tell me. When I was doing right, they would tell me. Put yourself in a position to be around people who are purpose driven, mission driven, and aligned with the things that you hold in high regard. Number 13, gratitude. Be thankful for the opportunities and support received along the way. This gratitude can amplify your voice by fostering positive relationships and attracting even more support. So it's because I had that community in the military that I've been able to draw other people into this community where we're sharing these intimate and sacred spaces of trying to keep everybody protected at the same time. Where we can share these spaces of a shared experience. We can talk about our shared experience and know that we're seen, we're validated, and we don't have to be quiet about what had happened. We don't have to, I'm going to tell you what happened. Like, we don't have to whisper it. We can say it plainly and give voice to the things that lead to actions that need to happen in our lives for the betterment. Number 14, self-discipline. Again, we're talking about ways to amplify your voice with clarity and how they relate to my journey in the military, motherhood, marriages, and mentorship. Woo, the discipline. Woo, the D word. That's the D word for me. Discipline is the D word for me. Discipline is one of my least strong points. Discipline. Y'all got to understand. I'm an air sign. I'm a flow and go kind of girl. Anyway, self-discipline that was learned in the military aids in maintaining focus and achieving goals in civilian life. There's a lot of things I learned in the military that transfer over to the civilian side. So it ensures that your voice remains consistent and strong, because the Tekenya, the pre-military Tekenya, military Tekenya, and post-military Tekenya, her voice has been heard. Okay, I'm not gonna tell y'all about that time. I was getting ready to have a with the platoon sergeant. We're not going to talk about that. But my voice was heard. Yes, it was. I had to exert extreme self-discipline. Okay. 15, learning under pressure. Military training equips you to lead and perform under pressure, for sure. Because when those drill sergeants are flipping over your bunks, lockers, woo, y'all. Basic training is designed to be a high pressure, high stakes environment, period. It's designed to see how you perform under pressure. And it's a skill that's transferable to any profession. So this is probably why, when a deadline is coming, or I'm getting ready to prepare a group for a performance, I don't really stress. That pressure, that kind of pressure versus the kind of pressure exerted in the military. Two totally different kinds of pressure. We good. Nobody's going to, if something doesn't happen on this program. However, in the military, when you're performing under pressure, people's lives are at stake. Somebody's well-being is at stake. Your general health and well-being is at stake here. So leading under pressure amplifies your voice by proving your capability in challenging situations. And I'm not saying that you have to be in some kind of military combat whoop-de-woo, because that's a sliding scale. A challenging situation is a sliding scale of activity. Sometimes a challenge for me can be, oh my God, I've got to get up out the bed. Or not. It's a sliding scale. So Thanks for hanging with me on these 15 different ways for you to amplify your voice with clarity. What we're going to get into now is being able to advocate for your vision with confidence. Advocate for your vision with confidence. And I say this to remind you to lean, to learn to deliver compelling narratives that drive your goals forward and inspire action. That's what I mean when I say advocate for your vision with confidence. With confidence. That's something unshakable. It's unshakable. So we're going to talk about overcoming fear. Facing your fears head on, whether it's in public speaking or in a military exercise, it builds confidence. Full stop. It builds confidence, full stop. I think one of the scariest things I did in the military was, and you know, some people will laugh. It's okay. This is my journey, my journey. One of the scariest things I did in the military, it wasn't like rappelling down these 30-foot towers, or it wasn't being on a C-130 that's dipping and diving and swirl. That was so much fun for me. Scariest thing I did in the military was the gas chamber. It was the gas chamber, because breathing, you have to breathe. Y'all know this, you have to breathe. And here we are, locked up in a room where y'all tell us to put on our gas masks and show the drill sergeants that we know how to properly seal our mask. And then y'all tell us to take it off, but y'all throwing CS gas all over the place. Really? This is what we're doing? So I know I have to breathe, but I don't want to breathe because I'm breathing in a nerve agent. I'm breathing in a nerve agent. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? That was extremely scary, because that had me experience something I had never felt in my life. I had never felt those sensations of CS gas in my life. And if you're familiar, you already know what I'm talking about. And if you're unfamiliar, I'm going to describe it just a little bit here. I'm going to describe it just a little bit. So let's say you imagine that you have a stuffed up nose. You got a stuffy nose, you can't breathe, only one nostril is operational at any given time. Anyway, but you want to, I want to take a deep breath. And just like this drink that I have right now that has ghost pepper in it, and it kind of opens you up, or just like a York peppermint patty gives you that cool rush with the mintiness of it all. Imagine. You see this gas all around you. It's not fog. It's definitely not fog. And you inhale to say your name or the soldier's creed, or your social, whatever, your name, rank, social, and the soldier's creed. I am an American soldier. I'm a what? I'm a warrior and a member of. I'm over here I'm fighting for my life, trying to breathe in this cloud that is causing my heart to beat faster. My eyes are bugging out. My eyes are watering. My nose is running just a little bit. And it goes from my nose is running just a little bit to whatever was inside my nose has now decided to make an exit. Stay with me now. If you've ever need to clear your nose, CS gas will do it. It was just not the best experience for me at all. And I had to face that head on. We had to face that head on. And not just one time in the gas chamber. You had drill sergeants who would like to wait for us to form up in chow formation. We're sitting in our circle. We're finally going to eat our favorite MRE, number 43 or number 35. We're getting ready to eat those MREs, and they're like popping CS gas grenades. And I'm just trying to eat my food. So you have to, I'm like, do I eat? Because I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I'm like, really, I'm hungry. I need this sustenance, but I also want to breathe. So it's reaching for your gas mask, properly sealing your mask, and then waiting it out because you still need to eat. Y'all, military is not for everybody. It's not for lottie dottie everybody. It's really not. It's really not. But if I can face CS gas, public speaking is a cakewalk. It's a cakewalk for me. It really is. It doesn't mean I don't get nervous because I still get nervous even after all these years of public performing. But it definitely builds confidence for sure. So overcoming fear is essential to advocating for your vision with confidence and conviction. Number 17, service to others. When you're serving others in the military through teaching, it brings immense fulfillment. Being able to take care of something for somebody, whether it be a student or a soldier, being able to take care of something for my audience, whether it be a special occasion or it's their wedding and I'm singing the song for their very first dance on their wedding day, being able to serve the hosts who have paid me for the gig to elevate their birthday or whatever other kind of celebration there is, being able to be of service in the thing that I serve best in is fulfilling. You know, when you advocate for your vision, often it's going to involve you serving and contributing to others for a greater cause. There's something great. There's something greater than you. There is something greater than you. It's more than just you out here. 18, setting an example for children. Being a role model for my kids and by me pursuing my goals and overcoming challenges like in their face, like I fail, and I don't even want to say fail. I learn lessons in their face, and I fix things in their face, and I find out things in their face. When I say in their face, I'm like they're watching. My kids are watching me, and they are learning, and they're going to form an opinion, and it's going to shape how they carry out their wee little lives. I say wee little lives. I have a 20-year-old, a 17-year-old, and a 10-year-old. But the actions that they see me take, I'm an example for them. And not just my kids, other people's kids. I just came back from the library, and I saw 15 students and 8 parents. And I'm just like, all I hear, hey, Miss Battle. Oh, Miss Battle, hey, Miss Battle. You're an example for others. And it may not be a kid, it may be a coworker. It may not be a coworker, it may be a church member. It may not be a church member. It may be the person that you pass on your way to your job every day. Somebody's watching you. You're setting an example. Just as I say that as I just got a message from one of my bonus babies. I'm gonna cry. Oh, she says, happy birthday, bonus mama. I love you so much for always being there for me, showing up and showing that you cared and understood in the most genuine and perfect ways, and reminding me of how my happiness must come first. And it's okay to be selfish. You've impacted me more than you know, so I will always be grateful for you. Happy birthday. Y'all, this is real. This is real. This is real. This is real. Oh, this baby got me in tears. These are my babies. These are my babies. Setting an example for children. She's grown. She's like old enough to drink grown. And though I may not be with her father per se, you know, I'm not with her father, but she's still my baby. So that's why I say I have 3 kids who came through me, like through my body, and 3 kids who came to me by way of marriage. So just because those marriages end, that doesn't separate me from those children. We're still examples for them. They are watching. Oh, that baby got me in my feelings. Okay, let's talk about how you're an advocate for your vision, how to advocate for your vision with confidence through networking. Building a network of support and professional connections is vital. This helps you advocate for your vision by connecting you with allies and resources. This morning, I had a meeting, just an off the cuff meeting, like a meet and greet, virtual meet and greet with someone from Facebook. And that came about because I said, hey, anybody in the DFW want to just have a little coffee chat where we can share about our businesses? There's no catch, there's no pitch, there's no offer. This is just a genuine, intentional push to connect with people beyond a Facebook post or beyond a comment, beyond a reel. There's a person behind that screen. There's a person on the other side of that finger as you tip tap your way through your day. But networking is important. Continual improvement. Always strive for personal and professional improvement. Continual improvement is key to effectively advocating for and realizing your vision. So I can take this as part of my walk has brought me back to the public school classroom. So I was an elementary music teacher for 14 years in Dallas. I was simultaneously an Army reservist for about 10 years. And when I had my third kid, I had the opportunity to be a stay-at-home mom. I took it. I took it. I definitely took it. And there are some circumstances that brought me back to the public school classroom this past school year that's closing out. And it gave me space to continue to seek self-improvement. I walked back into that classroom and I was like, I still got it. I still got it. These kids are still kids. Kids be kidding. Kids be doing their thing. However, there's always room for improvement. So when it came down to my teacher eval and my official observations and all my walkthroughs, when it was time to go through what was there, the data, when it's time to go through what was observed in the observation, I pointed out the parts where I saw that there was room for improvement. You got to be genuine and authentic with this thing. Ain't no faking it till you make it up and around here. There's always room for improvement. We can always do better. Always do better. Just like 1% better every day will get you to 100 real fast. Okay? Let's talk about work-life balance. So finding balance is crucial, especially as a single parent, especially as a professional. This is the second time in my life where I find myself stepping into the role of single parent. This walk is not for the faint of heart, but this is my walk. This is my charge. It's important for my kids to see that I take time for myself. It's important for my kids to see in this work-life balance lens. It's important for my kids to see that mommy still holds tight to her vision that she has for herself. We daydream together as a family. We hold vision together. Just this morning and just yesterday, we were talking about family vacations, like where will we go? Or we were talking about in the next place that we live, what would it look like? What are the things that would be present in this space? We daydream together and hold vision together as a family. That's part of that work-life balance. I spend time with them individually, spend time with them collectively because we have family time, like forced family time. But these are things that are special for us. We bake that time into our week. We make sure it happens. Resilience in adversity. So overcoming divorce once, now going on twice, and single parenthood while pursuing a career. Again, This is tapping into that resilience. I have to advocate for my vision. My vision, I've had to hold tight to my vision when I couldn't hold on to anything else. I have had to hold tight to the vision that I have for myself, my children, when I couldn't hold on to anything else. And as I've held on to that vision, when you think you ain't got it, somebody else does. When you're not strong enough, somebody else is. When you ain't got it like that, somebody else does. Or you probably won't even need it. But I've held tight to the vision as long as I took some kind of action, some kind of forward action. My steps were laid plainly before me, one after the other. If I couldn't see the finish line, or how to navigate the finish line, I should say, when I couldn't see how to navigate that finish line, I knew what was at the end of the line. I knew what the vision was. And it was because I held tight to the vision confidently that every step was laying before me, even though I couldn't figure out how to get there. I just knew I needed to take a step, any forward-thinking action that would get me there. Whew. Okay. Importance of education. We're talking about advocating for your vision with confidence, okay? Valuing education both as a teacher and a lifelong learner has paid off for me because I've been able to advocate for my vision with the confidence knowing that, fam, you taught me, prepared me, got me gathered. My professors still check on me. Florida A&M University, the #1 public HBCU in the United States of America. Okay, let's just talk about it. We graduate the most Black baccalaureates in the entire country. Can I get an amen? But education is important. I can advocate for my vision with knowledge and confidence. That's something nobody can take from you. Okay? Finding your voice. When I empower my clients to find and use their voice in public speaking, it helps them help others so that their impact is even further than the vision they originally held. They can go further because, again, they're holding on to that vision. But what they're saying has greater impact because it's being said multiple times to different groups of people, and they can find their voice. They can really find their voice. Cultural awareness. Now, working in diverse environments, it gives me a lens for cultural sensitivity and awareness. In my teaching role, my student population is wide and varied. And it's very important for me, for my students, to see a reflection of themselves in the music that we do, the songs that we sing, the dances that they must see some iteration of themselves in the work that we do, not just once, not just during Hispanic History Month or AAPI month. We keep that thing in all year long, Cultural awareness allows you to better advocate for your vision inclusively and effectively. We're not othering people. We're not going to do that. Not up in here. We're going to call them in instead of calling them out. Emotional intelligence. Ooh, this is a good one. Understanding and managing emotions is key in leadership and personal relationships. So, emotional intelligence helps you advocate for your vision with empathy and understanding, not yelling and telling. Not yelling and telling. That's not going to get it. I mean, it'll get your point across. But do you have the emotional intelligence to communicate without the yelling and telling? Where appropriate. Asterisk. Flexibility in career. So transitioning from being self-employed to back into the classroom, that definitely took great flexibility. Great, great flexibility. I'd gone from being in charge of my whole day, having autonomy over everything that happened in my day, to being on every 45 minutes to a new audience. And you have to deliver this message to this new audience in under 45 minutes with random challenges that will pop up. It's like you're on the boss level of Super Mario, where you're fighting, what's the little dragon dude? Ellington. What's the name of the thing that you have to fight on Super Mario at the end? Do you know? Me either. But you got to save the princess, and then you go fight. Do you know who you have to fight at the end? He doesn't. I can't think of the thing name. Anyway, it's like having all these different boss level things being thrown at you while you're still juggling and spinning plates, and then you still have to deliver a message effectively every 45 minutes. There's no off button. There's no, ooh, wee, these kids. Hey kids, my stomach hurt. Can y'all just turn it down a little? It don't work like that. It does not work like that. Inspiring others. When I see my clients succeed, like the person I mentioned earlier who was just on that TV interview, it's just really rewarding for me. Inspiring others to advocate for their vision helps them build a legacy that goes beyond the words that leave their lips. That's it. Commitment to excellence. Strive for excellence in all endeavors. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just get it out there. You can polish it up later. You find out what does work, what doesn't work, but just be committed to excellence. This ensures that your vision is realized to the highest standard. Strategic planning. The military teaches strategic planning. Teaching teaches strategic planning. It's useful in all life areas. You have to be a strategic planner and manager of children. You have to be a strategic manager and planner of marriages. You have to be a strategic planner and manager in the military. You have to be a strategic planner and manager of your mentorship over other people. This is essential to help you effectively advocate for and achieve your vision. Let me pause for the calls and drink my drink. Yeah, that ghost pepper is ghost peppering. Oh my. Oh my. So we're going to talk about this final grouping of 46 things that I've learned, right? Affirm your values with conviction. Oh, not confidence, but conviction. Let me fix it. How to type confidence? Oh, wrong one. That's why. I was like, why does it say confidence? There we go. So affirm your values with conviction. If my phone is going off, it's different people telling me happy birthday. What this means to me is I want you to be able to integrate your core principles into your communication to build trust and authenticity. How folks gonna listen to you? Okay, how are folks gonna listen to you? Woo! All the birthday messages popping off. How are folks gonna listen to you if they don't trust you? How are folks gonna buy your thing, get your offer, if you're not even being real with them from jump? What is we gonna do? What we gonna do about that? What we gonna do about it? All right. So here are my last set of 15. All right. Community involvement. So when you engage with and contribute to your community, this shows where your values are. It affirms your values and demonstrates your commitment to making a positive impact. You can definitely use your words to affirm your values with conviction. Mentorship. The value of mentoring others and being mentored. Somebody's got to pour into you too. Sometimes you got to pay for access. Totally fine with me. Mentorship affirms your values by fostering growth and development in yourself and others. Again, this is showing you where your values lie. Where do you stand? Personal branding. Building a strong personal brand through your unique experiences and skills affirms your value by showcasing your authentic self and what you stand for. I've sat here and told y'all, I've been a mother. I've been a married woman twice now. I've been a mentor to many, and I've been in the military. All these things have guided my path to be exactly where I am. And I'm also a musician. That's another M that needs to be in there. As I'm like, I'm going to rewrite this and throw that M in there, that another M for musician. Goal setting. The importance of setting and pursuing clear goals helps you affirm your commitment to your values and aspirations. What do you stand for? What do you stand for? Where are your goals? Public speaking. Effective public speaking can significantly impact your career and personal life. You just heard me reference Dell Ingram. She just was interviewed by the local TV news station, and her message is being spread forth over and over and over and over again. And it's affirming her values by allowing her to share her message and influence others. Confidence building. Helping others build confidence. I think that's one of my favorite things. Helping others build confidence through coaching and mentoring. Building confidence in others affirms your values and empowerment and support. Let me tell you, 99.99999% of everyone whom I've worked with has come back to me, or as we're working, has said to me, it's their confidence that increases. It's their confidence that increases. It's their confidence that increases. And when you have the confidence, you're unstoppable. Can't nobody break you down when you have the confidence. And if you don't have confidence, go ahead and take you some courage. If you don't have the confidence, take the courage instead. Utilizing technology. Leveraging technology for teaching and coaching and personal growth allows me to embrace innovation and efficiency. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for no hitching and giddy up because the thing ain't giddy up. And this is another way to showcase your values. Adaptation to change. Embracing and adapting to life's changes and challenges. Adaptation to change affirms your resilience and commitment to growth. And this, again, goes back into alignment with affirming your values. The importance of rest. Recognize the need to rest and self-care. On Saturday, I walked almost 5 miles before 9 o'clock in the morning. Then by the end of the day, I had walked 7+ miles. This was last Saturday. Ask me how far I walked Sunday. How far did you walk Sunday to Kenya? Barely a mile. For the whole day, the whole of Sunday. You could not get me up out of my comfortable seat. Not on Sunday. Rest is important. This shows your commitment to self-care and overall well-being. Who am I going to serve? Who can I serve? Who can I serve if I haven't served myself first? Got to serve myself first. Professional development. Continuous professional development is crucial for success. This affirms your values of excellence and lifelong learning. Those are the kinds of people I love working with. Financial management. Skills learned in the military as a single parent for managing finances. Y'all, it was getting real out there. It was getting real. This affirms your values of responsibility and sustainability. Celebrating success. Take time to celebrate your success and achievements of yourself and of others. This affirms your values by acknowledging the hard work and the milestones that people have in life. My daughter just graduated high school. My daughter just graduated high school. 2 done, 1 to go. Almost there. That's a milestone. Proud of her. Inspiring others. Your story can inspire and motivate others to overcome their challenges. I mentioned earlier about how there's this the sacred space of soldiers and former service members and others who have joined us in this community, where we're giving each other the space to say the things that we probably can't say anywhere else but to each other. I've got a couple sacred spaces of sisterhood in my life like that. You have to have these spaces where we're inspiring others. Building autonomy, strive for autonomy in your professional and personal life. One thing that I have less of in the school year is autonomy over my day. One thing I have more of while on summer break is autonomy over my day. Strive for it. You got to push for it. It's going to come and it's going to look differently for everybody, but find it for yourself. Overcome obstacles. Every obstacle is nothing more than an opportunity for growth and learning. Find out what the lesson is. Legacy of service. Leave a legacy of service, leadership, and empowerment to future generations. I think about what's going on my epitaph, like what's going on my headstone, if that's what I choose to do. What's yours going to say? Here lies who? Who was known for what? Who knows? Let me close it out here, y'all, okay? I want to thank you for being part of my journey and for allowing me to share these lessons with you. And I hope that they inspire you and empower you to amplify your voice, advocate for your vision, and affirm your values in all that you do. Stay tuned, stay tuned, stay tuned. I have a workshop coming up. I might drop the link after this video so you can get on the wait list for my workshop. But if you're interested, the workshop, it's focused on amplifying your voice with clarity, advocating for your vision with confidence, and affirming your values with conviction in public speaking spaces. Join the wait list now and secure your spot and be the first to receive updates and exclusive offers. I am to Kenya. Battles going away. I am to Kenya Freeney. To Kenya Freeney. Head on over here and join that wait list for my workshop. If you're ready to amplify your voice with clarity, if you're ready to advocate for your vision with confidence, and you're ready to affirm your values with conviction. I'll see y'all next time.